right, we are back on another solid episode. Today we are looking straight, checking what is going on in Madagascar. Something very, very interesting is happening in Madagascar, right? You know, sometimes when wrong is being done for a long time, uh, definitely it will be necessary to visit the past to correct all those wrongs. The wrongs, most of the time, wrongs that were done in the past, we just leave it. I mean, it's in the past, it's in the past. Let's move forward. No, Madagascar said, no, we are not going to allow that to happen. We are going to revisit the past and correct all the wrongs. So what is going on in Madagascar? The High Court in Madagascar validated a law. This law was passed in 2015 thereabout, but it had legal dispute, and so they have to throw it away. The court rejected it. Many people influenced the rejection of this law. Let's put jokes apart. So this law in 2026, under the new leadership who took power, you know, the young man right here, he decided that no, we need to bring back that law. That law in particular needs to be revisited, and we need to validate it. We need to make sure that it works. Nobody is going to influence its rejection or acceptance, but the right thing needs to be done. So the High Court passed this law. The law is allowing the state of Madagascar to automatically reclaim land which are still registered to foreign nationals from the Colonial-Era. Any land in Madagascar that anybody profited from during the Colonial-Era, when France was colonizing us, we were under French control. Any land that was registered to any foreign nationals, we are taking back that land automatically. We will trace the ancestral root of the land is going back to its original owners. Let me explain this to you. You see, Madagascar is passing this law because a lot of things went wrong during the colonial era when it comes to land registration and land ownership. It was kind of like land looting, if I should put it that way. Before you can understand this very well and also understand the position of the government of Madagascar, you need to visit the past a bit and come back. Then you understand why this became very necessary in Madagascar. It started when France took control of Madagascar in 1895. France invaded Madagascar, took control of the country. The Malagasy government was weakened by who? France. So France became the colonial power of Madagascar. What followed next? This happened in 1895. Just 1 year after they took control of the country, 1896, France changed the way land ownership worked in Madagascar. Before the French rule, much of the land was controlled according to traditional Malagasy customs, just as we do here. The ancestral identity of the land is preserved through generation. So this generation will come, our ancestors use this land to farm or whatever they did with it. So the children benefit from that land, and it become a generational land. Unless a new generation come and they decided that we are selling the land, transferring it to others. So if it is transferred to you, then you too, you claim to it. There's no formal paper, colonial or Western paperwork done during those areas. So this is how the land was controlled according to this traditional Malagasy custom. So communities and families in Madagascar had long-standing claim to the land, even when they didn't have a European-style documenting or document proving that the land belongs to them. Okay. After taking control, France introduced a new system in 1896. That's just a space of 1 year. They came in 1895, 1896. They went after the land. So under this system that France introduced, the land could be officially registered and given a title. Now, there's a trick about this. Importantly, foreigners were allowed to register land in their own names. Now, let me ask a question. The land belonged to some people before you came. When you invade the country, all of a sudden, the land People are claiming it with a document. Land is not yours, but it was claimed by a document. I'll show you how these people claim it. Did they buy the land? What happened? How did they acquire it? We'll find out. So, under this system, France introduced this new system in 1886 so that the land could officially be registered and given a title. And this created a big advantage for the French settlers and companies. So when they invaded, settlers came in, their companies came in, and then it's time to loot the land through paperwork. Hey, yeah. Hey, Africa, you have suffered. Click the like button for me if you are enjoying this. So, I told you that this man particular, I always want to be very organic, not formal presentation and all that. So, allow me to be organic so that we flow together. So, what basically this means is that Malagasy community can say that our family has used this land for generations, so it belongs to us. But if they didn't have the new official document, I'll call it colonial document, their traditional claim is invalid. That's what it means. So meanwhile, the French settlers, companies could get land officially registered in their names. You see the trick right there. Now, France, how did the people get the land? Because the land did not belong to them. The communities are not willing to sell the land to them. It is for us. Africa, before somebody can give out a land belonging to their forefathers, it'd be crazy. So, how did they get it? This is what happened. France then gave the land to the French settlers, to the foreigners, or they take the land and sold it. They don't the land. They are not buying the land from the community. They are in control. So we take this portion, we look at the geographical location. This company, take this one. Or the state, France is saying that, I'm selling this land to you. Of course, the land doesn't belong to France, but they are in control. So that is why I said it became land looting through documentation. So the colonial government then began distributing land to French settlers, French companies, mining companies, agricultural businesses, forestry companies, cattle operations or cattle operators, people who want to do cattle or whatever it is. So the French settlers take the land and they settle on it. The companies use the document and claim the land and they are operating. The mining companies take the land and then they are mining. It belongs to them. Agricultural businesses, they take the land and make the locals work for them. Forestry, when it comes to, this whole thing, this is how these people acquire the land. So it wasn't just about someone buying a piece of land. It was large amount of land. If you look at the detail here, large areas of Malagasy land were being turned into privately registered properties. Report says that by 1911, more than 10,700 estates covering over 1.1 million acres had been registered. Beautiful. Somebody will say, that, how about some Malagasy people? How about them? They just took the land from them or no? Some Malagasy people also received the land, but there's a trick side of it. In as much as we can say that not everybody or every person who received land was French, some traditional leaders who cooperate with French administration were also given land. Yes. So, Africa, we have this attitude of not setting the table. We are always there. Somebody will come and set the table, set the rules, and we go in, try to benefit from it. All right? Because if you don't benefit, you lose. If you cooperate, you gain. So traditional rulers don't have any power. The system is being set. It's either you are part of the system and enjoy small, or you lose everything. So those who are part and they collaborated or cooperated with the government against their own people were also given land. You understand? So this system created different groups of landowners during the colonial era. So you have French settlers plus French companies plus some local collaborators, I will use that word, now registered land in their names. It was land looting through documentation. Madagascar then became independent from France in 1960. After independence, this system was still in place. And in 2015, they tried to change it, the system, so that people who benefited from the looting through documentation, the land can be taken away from them automatically, given back to the locals whom the land belonged to originally. They will trace the ancestral identity of the land and get to each original people. But at that time, this our democratic government influence of foreigners is too much. So the court threw that proposal away. The court did not approve it. So now the new government is saying that no, it is not going to happen. This time we are changing the system. With this new law now, the Malagasy government or Madagascar is now saying that, look, some land ownerships claim from the colonial period, we need to examine them and deal with land that was originally taken or allocated under colonial rule. All those land, we need to look at it and make sure that we do everything possible so that it go to its original owners. That is where it has gotten to right now. So there's no particular area that we can say this land was claimed by French settlers, no. But as I said, different areas were used for different purposes. So you have agriculture, farm and plantation. So they will take their land fertile for agriculture, the one that are good for cattle, grazing areas, mining, rich minerals areas, forestry, that is forest and timber, settlement, land given to settlers. So this is what they are looking at right now. So this is what is going on in Madagascar. I mean, the foreigners are flame up because of this. They are not happy with this. Obviously, they will not, right? They are not happy with this. And so many foreigners are panicking because the land was given to you, taken from somebody. The land did not just, it was not there and without ownership. You came and it was given to you through looting freely. You just use paper to seal that it's yours. So foreigners are not happy with this, but locals are very happy with this. So this is something that the locals have been fighting for a long time, and now it is happening. Well, family, this is what is going on in Madagascar. If you love the breakdown, let me know what you think in the comment section. All right. See you in the next episode. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and put us on notification. Respect.